As I'm logging on, I realize that I have very little water left and I've been talking all day. So hopefully my throat doesn't get too dry and I start hacking live online. That'll be great for us. Okay. I'm opening up the chat bar. When you arrive, where are you from? All right, let's do this here. We've got some big stuff to talk about today. Um, I don't want it to be daunting. I don't know how spicy we're going to end up. I was in Where do we start? We're going to talk about May. May's bringing an incredible shift for us, but it's a little bit of an uncomfortable one. And I think it's going to be really important for us to understand how to navigate that. So, I've been doing a lot of meditating lately in between the chaos that my life is. And I really feel that hi, Lori. I really feel that this conversation is necessary for us to support us moving through what's about to happen. So I'm going to talk a little bit to that. Some of it I'm going to talk in code so that it doesn't get flagged. Hello, lovely. Oh, okay. So we're talking about May's energy. I'm going to talk to the specific ascension symptoms so you're going to know where you're at with this shift that's coming up. We're going to obviously do our energy pull with the cards at the end of this video. We've got a lot of crazy, crazy. Can I say it one more time? Crazy energy coming in May. April was, how did we handle April? So I need to know that first. Did you want to burn it all up and blow it all up? Because there was moments where I certainly did. It has been one hell of a ride. Very, very intense. And I have a lot of things I want to get through. So I'm just going to wait for a few more people to show up. And also, you can throw your questions. If it's related to this content, don't ask me for uh, your, don't ask me to read psychic stuff for you. We're not doing that. But if you have questions in regards to the shift that's happening, 100% throw the questions in there and I'll try to answer as many of those as possible. I was in the best motherfucking mood of my life up until about 20 minutes ago. So I could use some love right now. Yay. Hi, Jessica. I could use some love right now to set me back into the intention that I had of bringing forward some real fucking get your shit together conversation today. Ooh, it's so interesting how the energy is really very much doing this. We just had the retrograde, the Mercury retrograde, and we just had the full moon. That was wild sauce. Oh my goodness. And we've got this little gap before. Thank you, Amanda. Oh, I felt that right in my heart. I'm not gonna lie. It was so good. Thank you. We have a little gap before the challenges of May hit us. Shitting rainbows for watermelons, right? Uh-huh. Thank you. Okay. Let's dive into the juice of what I want to bring forward and keep sending me your love so that I can get back to what I really, really, really want to share with you. Um, April was insane. It was heavy. It was transformative. It was doors being slammed shut. It was all about the setting yourself aligned with your highest path if you've done it. Okay? So it looked like the things that don't work for you, the things that are not in alignment with your highest path, the things that are not in alignment with your divine purpose, that are not in alignment with where you desire to reside, leaving, kind of like that. Either gracefully leaving or a big leave. That was fun too. Um, we've had career shifts, we've had schedule shifts, we've had um, bad habit shifts, good habit shifts. We've had sticky, icky, dewy, gooey conversations with loved ones. It has been wild and it has been a roller coaster. And at least it's just about done. I'm already in May's energy. I did the energy forecast for May. So the monthly forecast, that's going to be up soon. There's a brand new calendar on our website, diamond.com. If you go down to the bottom, there's a calendar it lets you know when everything's happening. So when the newsletter is coming out, when the monthly forecast is coming, all of the fun things are on there finally. And you click on it and there's a link so that you can just find it really easy, which is amazing because we have so much shit going on. Shit as in spectacular shit, like the fertilizing shit that's going to build these big, beautiful gardens, that kind of shit, the good stuff. But yeah, it's a lot. So finally we're getting a little bit more organized. I've had so many transitions. Holy crap. I share a lot of them in the upcoming newsletter for sure. It's probably the most personal one that I've ever shared with you guys. Like, I write them. I'm not a great writer, so, deal with it. Um, so let's talk about the division in May. The month of May is how high are you willing to climb? That's the theme. That's the theme for May. I know all the way to, well, the next few years when our transitions are coming. That's part of the downloads that I get with the galactic as well as being psychic, right? So, how high are you willing to climb in May? That's going to be your theme. You're going to get tired. You're going to want to stop. You're going to want to give up. I don't want you to because it's such an opportunity for evolution, ascension for us. So, the same way when you have energy within you, so, like, I got a lot of love to give, like a lot. Those of you that really know me know how fucking loving I am, almost to a default where it depletes me, but I have a lot of love to give. So let's say that I've got this vibration of love. And if I am hanging out with you personally, one on one, and you don't have the experience of love in your life, you could capitalize on receiving my love. The same thing with Gaia, the same thing with the galactic, the same thing with the people in your life. We're exchanging energy. And when the energy shifts, so if I have a lot of love to give, and then someone comes and stomps all over my fucking heart, my energy is going to shift for a little bit of time and I'm going to offer something different. The energy in the atmosphere, the energy in the galactic, all of the energy, it has this ebb and flow. And so when we have ebb and flow, if we are aware of it, we can use that energy and capitalize on it. And the energy of May is, are you going to climb? Are you going to do it? Are you actually going to climb and stand taller in your highest purpose, your highest timeline, your best possible fucking life is what it's available for. But like all things, you have to do the work. If you just sit there and go, okay, the energy's great, so I'm going to just visualize everything that I desire, then sorry, like, no, you're not. You're not gonna capitalize on anything. You're just gonna sit there and have a great daydream, and that's about it. If you don't take action, nothing will come to you. And it's not hard action, it's not trying, it's not striving. It's literally just one step. Take a fucking step up the staircase. And May is gonna challenge you over and over again. Another step, another step, another step. So I want this. Oh, I'm just reading the comments. I want today's conversation together to be that reminder and the knowing that you are capable and that there is greatness for you and that there is beautiful, amazing opportunities for you. I want you to self-check, where are you being a victim to your own internal tragedy and your own internal story? Get it straight. I want you to ask yourself where you're being avoidant or lazy, because you're going to need to do that moving through May. Bex and I, so Bex and I, she's the main guest on Recovering Toxic, our podcast. We just recorded a fucking kick ass podcast today. I cannot wait for that one to come out. And it's very much in alignment with May's energy of either climb or sit down and shut the fuck up. Like, that is the vibe for us right now. And I know I will be very spicy going through May because we are here to change the world. And if you are not willing to change yourself, then sit down and shut up, because like, we don't have time for that right now. Nobody has time for that right now. So I'm not trying to do that out of unkindness. I'm doing it out of tough love. And that's sort of the energy that I'm experiencing right now. So there is going to be a massive division in the energy. And I want to talk about that in a minute, but I want to talk to you about what's happening leading into this division. Yes, the podcasts are on Spotify. Everything's on Diamond now. The energies are heavy. Everybody is feeling fucked up. Um, again, me with my F bombs, right? Sorry, not sorry. Like, if I were to say, oh, fluff or oh, fork, it's the intention behind the substitute is the same as fuck. So I'm just going to say fuck. And if you don't like it, go do a different video. This is who I am. So, hi, welcome to Authentic. Let's move forward. Okay, big division coming up in May, but there's this gap between now, after the Mercury retrograde, in between the Pluto retrograde that's coming. Pluto retrograde is going to be kicking in on the 2nd. What is the Pluto retrograde? That is the mirror. It is the so we did the exterior work in April. April, we looked at what needs to go, whether we wanted it to go or not, whether we were trying to hold on to it or not, whether we were being indecisive about it or whatever. Like, shit left. Like, did yes, did anybody else see whole bunch of stuff change in their lives? Old habits, like bad stories, um, breakups, friendships, uh, job changes, like all the things. We've all had shifts happen in April. It almost felt like if you were aware of it, it was a path clearing. It was like, let's just move all of this and clear the path so that you can move forward. Now, the Pluto retrograde is the internal goodbyes. Like, ho, ho, ho. And this is what I mean by how far are you willing to climb? How much endurance are you ready to have? Um, May is about when Pluto goes into retrograde, it's self-evaluation. It is the principle of correspondence, meaning everything is a reflection of what your vibration is on steroids. Awesome, which is great if you've been doing the work. I'm personally fucking stoked about this. Um, and I'm so excited about it because I'm going, like, I'm climbing these fucking stairs. Like, do not hold me back. And whatever I need to drop in order to go up that staircase, I will fucking drop like a hot potato, carrying on. Like, no emotion in it. I'm going. So I really hope that you guys are brave enough to do something very similar. It's going to be uncomfortable. As the Pluto retrograde starts to hit us, we're going to be feeling it in and around the 30th, maybe a little bit sooner for some of you. I'm already feeling it. But it really takes place the 2nd, and it is really checking and addressing your own toxic, negative, self-destructive behaviors, patterns, and beliefs. So here we go. I'm going to slay. Yes, we're going to slay. So that's what's going to be hitting us. And then we're going to move into a big division. So we'll talk about that. Let's talk about the gap right now between right now and the retrograde of Pluto. There is a gap, and a lot of you are experiencing this. So I want alien emojis up the ass on this comment thread for all starseeds. And if you're experiencing this, like, I need to know that it's not just me. And I know it's not just me because some of my mentors are going through this right now. And some of my clients are going through this right now. So I got to share a meditation. So let's go into story time with Diam for a brief second because it's fucking insane. And this is all the crazy, and I can't believe I'm going to do this on a live. This is probably not the best idea because it'll get flagged, and I'm going to get all the comments of like, oh, what tricks do you want? But here we go anyway. So since I was a little girl, you guys know I have memories of being in my mother's womb. I remember the birth canal. I've born with all my parallel life experiences attached to me, aka past lives, same thing. So I'm aware of all of those things. I always have been. I've always been psychic. I've always been a medium. Did I shut down for a little bit? Yeah, sure did. But it blew back open and I didn't have a choice. So I've always been channeling and talking to the Galactic Council, not the Galactic Federation of Light, because I think that they're fucking losers and I have no interest in that because that's another story. But anyway, the Galactic Council. So I've been so much so that the medical society thought that I was autistic with a crazy, insane imagination. And I don't know, maybe I am. Don't care. It's changed my life and it's changed millions of lives because of it. So I spend a lot of time in that energy, meditating with them and understanding not how, but like, what the actual F do we do? Okay. So we've got 12 universal laws. We've got the power of 369. We've got quantum entanglement. I don't care. I want to know, what do I actually do with it for me? Like, tell me what I'm going to do with it in my life. That has been my quest and my journey my whole life. I need to know what to do with it. I don't care that it's there and there's some great big glorious thing that everybody's vaguely talking about. What the fuck do I do with it? So I've invested my entire adult career in understanding that through my studies and my own experiences with the galactic. So here I am, and I've got a handle on it. It's awesome. And I get to teach it, and it's amazing. And it's so cool. I go into this meditation the other day. Leading into the meditation, this is going to give you a note if this is what you're going through. So the Ascension symptoms. the warning sign, warning that this is about to happen, give you a heads up that this is what's coming up. This is what it feels like. You want to set the world on fucking fire. You just don't care anymore. Total apathy, total, why am I doing this? Moments, not always. So you have moments of, why the fuck am I doing this? I don't care. What's the point? I give up. I'm going to go. Like I literally said to Corey 6 weeks ago, I'm done. I'm just going to go flip burgers and just live my best damn life. Like I am over this because my life was feeling overwhelming. So we have these swings of bad moods where we just want to burn it down. We have swings of frustration and inside head space going, how fucking dare you? Do you even know? And building this elaborate, explosive, I'm going to set them straight conversation. And it just spikes out of control. There's been a feeling of absolute overwhelm of exhaustion, overwhelm of workload, overwhelm of why can't we get this straight, overwhelm of why isn't anybody else doing the fucking dishes or taking out the garbage. There is a overwhelm of my body just doesn't feel good. I'm icky is it's ick. If we could just sum it all up, ick. It's ick in being a public, ick in your body feeling nauseated or experiencing nausea, your body feeling excessively bloated, just frustrated with yourself, your progress, everything. Foot cramps, all the fucking things. And really like just over it with spikes of rage and just ick, right? Straight ick. That's the only way. I'm glad I'm not the only one who gets the ick. It's just ick. So if you're getting that, I have good news for you. I always experience what's happening energetically a little bit before everybody else. So I experience, I'm just always like a little bit ahead, and I usually sometimes always used to always now moderately sometimes fuck it up. And I'm like, what do I do with this? Well, and then I'm like, oh, because that is part of my journey. I am here to figure out what not to do in order to figure out what to do. That's part of my process so that I can go, hey, shortcuts over here. That's always been my life path. So I always get things a little bit ahead. So I went through the ick hardcore for about 5 weeks. And in that 5 weeks, this strong desire to be in solitude, this disconnect between feeling my isness and my ego self totally separate, feeling disconnected, like I didn't belong, didn't know what to do, like just ugh. And these little meditations that were like, well, that was interesting. What was that? And that's it. And then it happened. And this is what's about to happen. So for star seeds, you're going to think I'm crazy. If you're not a star seed, maybe I am. I don't care. So I go into my meditation immediately, oof, fall into the meditation, and the energy is surging through my body that it actually feels like my body is dissipating into little particles and there's no actual body. Then I like sink into there is my ADHD, okay? Someone is cutting their fucking grass. It is cold outside here in Ontario. It's cold today. It's sunny, but it's cold. And the grass is not fucking long. And everything's just trying to pollinate and build their lives. And some other fucker is out there with a riding lawnmower right now, right outside my fucking window. And it's ADHDing me, distraction, squirrel moment. I'm trying to block it out. I love that. And my neighbor is really, really great and very passionate about their property. And they cut the grass every day, like a little section every day, 9,000 times. It's so much fun. See, there's the agitation that I was talking about. Aren't you glad you got to be a witness to that? Okay. And that, let's move on. So in my meditation, I show up on a galactic ship, and it is the galactic version of me. So to save a lot of fucking time, I was taught something excessively valuable that literally changed me. And then I land in my bed after the meditation, and my body, so I can hear the music all of a sudden. I'm like, oh, I'm back in my body, but my eyes are not going to open. They just won't. And my body's paralyzed, like full out paralyzed. I'm like, oh, well, I guess this is this. And then I feel the crown of my head more so towards the front, pressure coming in, like insane pressure coming in, and it's taking over, and it's like my whole body, I can feel it moving through every cell, like the way oxygen moves through the blood. I don't fucking know what analogy to use there, but it just kept happening and happening and happening. And then my body started pulsing and pulsing and pulsing. And then it started tightening right up, like the sensation of like, I didn't even realize how loose muscle and fat can actually be in a meat suit. It was like I was feeling every fiber of my meat suit. And I was like, these things are just like worse than water balloons. Like, this is a gushy, it's got probably a shit ton of poop in there. Like, what is this thing I am in? And like, I just couldn't identify with my body. I just kept felt it tightening and tightening and tightening and tightening. And then I started levitating. And I know I was levitating because I got stuck by the blankets. The blankets were there and it was like, you can't go any further. And I was like, all right, well, whatever. So I'm like hovering under my blankets. True story. Like, it's insane, right? And then all of a sudden, my hands go like this, and then they start, like, doing this. I'm gonna hit my mic because 'cause I'm so they start doing this, like, and in that moment, 10 years worth of meditations and downloads that I've gotten in a millisecond all went in my mind, and I was like, "Holy fuckaroo." Like, "What?" And 10 years of little itty bitty pieces of information that have been coming through created this like bomb thing in my brain. And I understood humanity, the galactic, the Power 369, everything completely different, completely different. And I felt my breath different. Now, I've had a lot of integrations in my life, a lot. This is kind of normal for me. But this one, well, fuck. Like, I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't really like morning and I are like, oh, let's sit and drink coffee and take our time. I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning and did not stop for 16 hours and created 2025's 2025, all the programs for 2025 in a download, just like done, done. All of this on paper. And I'm like, holy shit, you're going to have this. The reason I'm telling you, hold the F on, it's about to happen for you. So, if you're feeling those ascension symptoms that I just told you about, you're going to experience the integration of the highest possible frequency that's available for you right now. I became the galactic version of myself. She was sitting in the chair, I was observing her, and then I was sitting in the chair and she was observing me. And we just kept like morphing, not even like getting up out of the chair and be like, you have a turn, I'll sit down. Nope, nope, nope. It was just boop, 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 switching roles. And in her humor, because we're funny, was like, hey, and offered me a little lesson about myself. And I was like, well, shit, there's that. So I'm going to work on that now. So we're having a very deep integration right now. I started hearing a lot of light language or some sort of language recently. This has never happened to me before. Welcome to being a star seed, darling. Oh, pay attention to it and then learn how to translate it because translating it is key. Um, so yeah, this is what's happening. Like you're having it happen. A lot of us, not everyone, not everyone. Those of us that are sitting and you're going to have whatever version is meant for you. So it might not be what Bob has or what Betty has or what I have, like, we're all gonna have our own different version of our own leveling up, and that's gonna look a little bit different for all of us, but the clues are there within the ascension symptoms. So right now, I need you to hold on. You're going to flex. You're going to, um it is wild. And I don't feel like the same person. I still have not come back into my body, and this happened 3 or 4 days ago. The inspired action is on fire. I don't even feel like I look the same when I look in the mirror. I mean, I have the worst lighting possible today, but anyways, let's not judge that. Um, I feel, the sensation of the deja vu where you're like, "Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that like this what a," and the only thing you can do when you're having a deja vu is go, "I'm having a deja vu." Like, I am in a constant loop of that deja vu right now. And it's a very bizarre way to reside, let me tell you. I'm just like, I don't even know how to, like, I haven't driven because I'm like, can I? Like, let's not drive vehicles right now. um, and I can feel a big transition in my body. a strength. I worked out the other day yesterday, and I was like, "How am I this strong? Like, I don't remember being able to lift this before." So it's like everything is shifting for us. It's such a cool experience. So we're having this in the little gap in between that Pluto retrograde and right now. Hold on and make sure that you are meditating, please. So I'm saying all of that, and I'm probably going to say what I'm about to say another 5 or 6 times during this conversation today. It's not going to happen unless you're doing the work. So if you're sitting there and you're like, kumbaya, namaste, it's not going to happen. You have to allow it to happen. You have to set yourself up for the moment. And it takes about an hour. So start meditating, please, for the love of God. Um, put it into your schedule to do that. Okay. Back to May and what is going to happen. So May is there's a staircase is the analogy we're going to use, and it's limitless. It doesn't stop. You're somewhere on that staircase, and I don't care where you are in the staircase, and you should not care where you are in the staircase because it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter if you're on step 2 or 222. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. You're on the fucking staircase, okay? I see a lot of people being, especially when I talk about dimensional consciousness, being like, I'm in 13D. No, I'm going to be such an asshole. No, you're not, because 13D isn't human. There's that. There's dimensional consciousness evolution in everything. So everything has its own dimensional consciousness evolution. Earth has hers, Galactic has theirs. It's not numbers 1 through 1000. Just get that out of your head. It is not a comparison, it's not a competition, and nobody gives a fuck where you reside. They give a fuck where they reside. So when we talk about this, I don't want you jumping to conclusions on like, "Oh my god, I'm in 6D." Like, it doesn't. Get over yourself. Drop it, okay? So, amazing, you had a wooden ladder. See, you're right in alignment. You know what's happening. So, okay. So, this staircase, this ascension process that we are in, it is simply the only other term I can think of is evolution. It is an evolving expansion of universal wisdom through the ego self, through the human experience, where you learn how to co create with universal flow and move from a survival operating mechanism into a thriving operating mechanism. That is the whole point of being human. That is all we're here to do is how do I move into thriving? We overcomplicate it. We waste so much time analyzing it and all the bullshit that we do as humans, but it's literally simple. So everything that you're doing, simplify it, please. Just take it back to the very basics. That's where the clarity is going to be. When you overcomplicate it with your mind, you can't really move forward. So we are having an acceleration in that energy, in an acceleration in the expansion of the universal wisdom, an acceleration in the expansion of joy and passion predominantly. If you just sit there and be like, that's great, cool. It's like going to the beach and being an umbrella and thinking you're going to get a great suntan. You have to do the work. You got to put on the outfit. You got to get out in the sun. You've got to rotate so you don't get the tan lines. Why is this the analogy? I don't know. Probably because I need to go to a beach. But in order to like fully toast your skin, you've got to do the things. Whereas if you go to the beach, you're like, well, I'm on the beach, but you're fully clothed under an umbrella, you're not going to have the same outcome. So that's kind of what's going on with May. It is like I've done already the monthly forecast, and it definitely is doing this. The weekly forecast membership is going to be really filled with this or this. Like, here's what to do because it's so distinctive, the energy. So we're going to feel this acceleration. In that acceleration, you're going to be on the stairs and you're going to be climbing, and it's going to be awesome. And you're going to get tired. So this is all metaphorical, right? So we're going up the stairs. Most of us are going to hit the ground running and be like, yeah, and running because we're stupid. Like consistency is key, not force rush, but I'm all in. So I know I'll be running and then I'll be like, oh my God, give me a break. I need to sit down, catch my breath. Where's the water? I need to hydrate, like that kind of vibe. But that's what's going to happen is you're going to be going up those stairs and it's going to require endurance. the way if you were physically climbing up an endless staircase. You're going to get tired. You're going to question if you want to continue. You're going to be looking back and being like, oh God, this is really high. You're going to have all of the discomfort flow through you. Everybody is going to be feeling it, whether they use it or not is up to them. So, this is where the division is going to happen. We are going to see a clear division between fourth dimensional consciousness and five, six, seven, eighth dimensional consciousness. Five is going to become the new, what I refer to as narcissistic spirituality. Um, and four is going to become 3D. So we're going to see people who are 9 to 5 and the 3Ds, it's God and Satan. Don't get consumed by the devil. Don't say fuck. Don't get tattoos. Don't stand out. Keep up with the Joneses. Money's my identity. We're going to see those people either go into excessive depression and frustration, or they're going to be like, is there more to life? That's on them. So we're going to see 3D do that. So they're going to start to shift into 4D. 4D is going to be the problem child, the middle child. It's going to be awesome. Fourth dimensional consciousness is when you start to wake up. It's the most exciting phase. I don't condemn it. I was in it for fucking ever, and you have to go through it to arrive at fifth dimensional, sixth dimensional consciousness. It's a rite of passage and it's a little sneaky. We are seeing a huge transition with it already, but it's not there yet. So, fourth dimensional consciousness is I'm spiritual. Spirituality. They just replace religion with spirituality and they're still putting their power outside of themselves. So you're going to hear statements like, all is well, statements like, trust the universe, all in divine timing, everything happens for a reason. That's fourth dimensional consciousness, where you still think that the universe somehow is gifting you your rite of passage, or that your spirit guides are the ones directing your map. So you're like, dear spirit guide, show me the vision. Show me, just give me a glimpse of the future. Just give me a glimpse of like what my divine purpose is. Just show me, trust the universe. I trust that this is going to happen and everything that's meant for me will find me. That's fourth dimensional consciousness. The actual reality is you are the creator of your experience. And when you understand what to do with the 12 principles, the universal laws, as most people call them, or the Power 369, or what your subconscious actually does vibrationally, then you go, oh, it's a me thing. And you start to make change. So we're going to see this massive division happen in all of a sudden 3D people are kind of like, oh, okay, cool. Maybe there's something. Okay. Oh, spirit guides. Oh, tarot cards. Oh my God, let me go to TikTok and get a reading. This is going to be amazing. We're going to see them. And then we're going to see fourth dimensional consciousness as a body try to go up this staircase. And as they're going up that staircase, not everybody's going to fit. So some people are going to fall off and some people are going to push ahead and forge ahead. And some people are going to be like, let's rally against everything and just stay here. That's the problem. That's what we're going to see in May. We are going to see people screaming about global warming. We're going to see people screaming about how horrible humanity is. You remember the whole freedom movement with the whole poke or not poke bullshit that we went through? We're going to see that on steroids, but for a different reason. I have no interest in that whatsoever. I don't want you to waste your energy and I don't want you to take the bait, but we're going to see social media really, really force that down our throats. So fourth dimensional consciousness is going to start to rally together and they're going to start to scream for change. And they're going to get their posters, they're going to get out their Bristol board and their magic markers, their Corolla crayons, and they're going to waste a bunch of energy creating signs that are like, we deserve, da, da, da. And they're going to put all this energy into it. And then they're going to get all dressed up and they're going to hold arms and they're going to march the streets and scream about what they colored on their fucking Bristol board when nobody actually gives a shit, but they think everybody should. So we're going to see a whole lot of that. We're going to see division. The same way poke or don't poke created an extensive amount of division. That was a test. How stupid is humanity? Are they ready to come together in unity? That was the whole point of that. Not by society. There's a whole other agenda to that. We're not going to get into that today. But from an energetic standpoint, is humanity ready to come together? And we failed as a collective. We failed. And we're going to fail again because we're stupid. And that's why we're going to have this desire to just burn it up. Nobody cares anymore. And we're going to move into apathy. Now, that is the division we're going to see. What do we do? Here's the really cool part. The really, really cool part is if you understand what this energy is and you understand what is required to climb stairs, you're going to be nowhere near that shit. You're going to be nowhere near it energetically. It will not hurt you. It will not taint you. It will not impact you. It will not anything. Instead, you will be having massive integration. You will be having massive expansion of wisdom. You will be in your creator energy and your doer energy at the same fucking time, building whatever empire, highest timeline that is available for you. And it will be amazing. And someone has to do it and someone has to go first so that the bullshit that's going on at the bottom of the stairs and they're getting all up in arms and fighting over who's right and who's wrong. And it's just one game of tug of war with no outcome. They're going to all of a sudden look and be like, how the fuck did they get all the way up there? And they're going to follow. That is why divine purpose is, that's why I pushed so hard for the program, Arriving in Divine Purpose, that's already started. So that one's already on the way. And those people, you guys, holy fuck, this group, oh my God, every single one of them so unique and so dynamic and so powerful. It's like my jaw's just like, oh, I love it so much. I'm so honored to be there with them in that group. So we're going to see crazy, crazy, crazy shifts. And this is going to go all the way until October. That energy, the division energy, the let's play tug of war, act like spoiled brats fighting over a toy. I have two dogs. I have an old dog and a young dog. And if one dog has the toy, the other dog wants that toy, even though I bought two of the exact same fucking toys. And so Frankie's got it. And Roxy's like, I want that one. So then she takes it from him and he's like, no, I want that one. And then I divide them and I'm like, here's your toys. They're the same. And they're like, no, I want what Roxy has. No, I want what Frankie has. That is going to be the bottom of the stairs. And that energy is going to move all the way through to the middle of October. When you are climbing the stairs and you don't have no time for that shit and you're just building your life, it's a game changer. This energy is wild. So May is all about what's going on here. So please pay attention. You will move through it fast. And then June is a totally different energy again for those that are already climbing the stairs. Those that want to stay stuck there, go ahead, let them. It doesn't fucking matter. The hardest part will be like hanging out with family members who are there. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah. No, yeah. Did you? Wow. That's what we're going to be feeling like. Ugh, stop. It's going to be so much fun. Luckily for me, though, actually, I'm just looking right now. It goes till October 12th. My wedding is after October 12th. My wedding is oh my God, I actually don't know the date of my wedding, if it's the 18th or 19th of October. I should probably know that. I think it's the 19th. It doesn't matter. Anyways, at least that's fucking done before I have to deal with everybody at the wedding. So that's great. Okay. So to continue to climb that ladder, to continue to really escalate yourself up that ladder, you're really going to be having a look at where you have been unknowingly self-sabotaging, where you've been unknowingly seeking comfort in your limitations. You're also going to have to understand that your chakra system, when you get to this level, when you have these integrations, your chakra system is very different. Heads up. I share a lot of that in the galactic things. I think the next one is on the 8th, and it's integrating light code body because I just had massive light code activation, which is so crazy to me because I remember way fucking back in the day. So, man, I was super, super, super single then. So I would have been in my 20s. I would have been in my 20s. And there was a channeler that I was connected with at the time who was channeling Palladian energy, which, anyway, And they were like, "Oh, the late code activation is coming." And so did a deep dive into late code activation. And I thought I had that figured out until the meditation I just had, where I had late code body activation. And I was like, wait, what? And it's not at all. It's like um, totally different than what I ever thought it was. And, anyways, super insane. So, we're going to be moving through that stuff. It's just so cool how my whole life has come together all of a sudden in this one meditation, like everything. Anyways, getting totally distracted off of that. What the fuck was I trying to talk about? Oh, how to navigate this. So we really want to be paying attention to our own structures, our own seeking comfort, our staying small, our belief structure. And we're really going to have to connect into how do we stay connected into those parallel experiences of self. I've been teaching and doing a lot of healing on parallel timelines. It's essential for your evolutionary path. That's not something that I can bring forward until January just because of the wedding and all of that stuff right now. And we just launched a brand new program called the Ascension Mastery Course. Um, and it's already like friggin' halfway sold out. And I mentioned it briefly once and people like rammed us with emails. So thank you. That's awesome. I'm really stoked about that. It starts the May 6th. There's two groups running now, May 6th and May 9th, I believe. So that one is really mastering your ascension process. And that was my guides being like, you got to fucking do this because the energy is so unbelievably wild. And it's a very intimate group. There's only 4 participants per group. It is the smallest group I've ever run in my life, but it's only 4 per group. And one of them's already sold out. So, um, that's how I know the need is there. Like my guides were like, this. And then everybody I mentioned it once, and they were like, me. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And it was awesome. So there's that. So we really want to be self-checking. We want to be understanding that everything is a reflection of you. You are not to point fingers at anybody else anymore, ever again. You're not allowed to do that during May. You're not allowed to be like, well, they're so toxic that they're impacting me. I literally, do you want to hear a funny story? Do you want to hear how ridiculous my ego self is? I created an entire, this is how tricky it's going to be. You're going to get triggered. You're going to have something surface for you, and you're going to be like, how fucking dare you? The audacity. Um, I, at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, for 45 minutes, raged over the fucking cat litter. Like, raged over cat litter for no fucking reason. I got a whiff of it because there's one freaking, when you have 3 cats, cat litter everywhere, and I don't like it. That's disgusting to me. It's gross. I don't want to smell it. So I got a whiff of it because I got up to go pee in the middle of the night, got back into bed because I'm 45 and I can't hold my bladder all night long. So I get back into bed and I catch a whiff of the cat litter, and I'm like, why am I the only one? You know what else I'm the only one that does? I work 16 hours a day and I have this going on and I do this, and how dare, and for 45 minutes, like, ridiculous much. And over cat litter. Like, what? So this is how on the surface it's gonna be in May. One itty bitty thing is gonna set into motion, and your goal is to catch it before you turn into a shit show. Like, let's not be a shit show in May. Instead, it is, okay, what's actually happening within me right now? So that's not like me to blow a gasket over something so ridiculous. Like, yeah, I get grumpy sometimes, but I never like walk around stomping and wanting to scream at someone. But I developed an entire conversation that my man was going to receive upon finishing approximately half a cup of his first coffee. I was going to wait till half the first coffee was in, because at that point he wouldn't be overly communicative, but he'd be awake enough to ingest it. And then I could hammer the solutions that I think are the solutions. And therefore he would be not quite awake enough. Like, this is how ridiculous my ego was. 45 minutes. I had it all. Like, I might as well have gotten on my phone and fucking wrote it in my notes and been like, here, this is what I'm going to say to you, because I was so armed. That is what May is gonna do to us. The smallest little thing is gonna go wham bum. And then it turns out, whole that whole thing. So I reset myself. I obviously didn't explode onto him. I instead got out of bed and made my own coffee, and I went and sat with the birds, and I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you right now? What are you feeling?" And then I discovered that it was triggering off the sensation of being overwhelmed that I have been saying out of my mouth for months. I'm so overwhelmed because that was me being toxic, vulnerable, being like, "Can you help me, please?" And so instead of saying, which I did say, I was like, "Hey, can I get more support and help?" And it was like, "Yeah, yeah, totally." But then it actually didn't happen. So there's that. But it turned out that I was just having some fears associated with, am I actually supported? Am I truly, truly supported? And I know I'm totally supported, but my ego self was like, let's just make sure we heal that one again. Smell the cat litter, Dime. Delicious. And it blew. So that's an example of, I don't know why I share that with you, but there you are. This is a little peek into my world. Um, that is how it's going to impact us in May. This is the stupidest shit. It's just going to be like, "Rah, I'm turning into a dragon." Um, so we have to be mindful and we have to figure out how we're going to set ourselves up for navigating the intensity, also the fact that we are climbing an endless staircase. And when I see the staircase, it's not like the ones in my front hall that are carpeted and cushy with a railing. I see it as like this stone staircase that is like no banister whatsoever. And it just goes straight up on an incline. And the steps are like taking two steps at once. So I know my quads are going to be like, girl, we should work out more. Good thing we're doing it now. And it'll be like a spiritual workout. So we've got a lot hitting us, right, in May, and it's how do we navigate that and stay within the mindset? How do we get clear? You're gonna need tools every single day. You're gonna need to stop and be like, "What am I dealing with? What am I looking at? What am I feeling? Where's my energy? What's in my vortex? Am I climbing? Am I sitting? Am I pouting? What am I doing here?" And it's a huge self-check, consistent all May long, as well as the exhaustion, as well as these triggers on top of it. Mhm. Yay. We're excited, right? Did I make it sound like it's gonna be bliss? Like, and yet, you wanna know the cool part is it actually is. It's going to be so unbelievably transformative if you are doing the work. If you're becoming self-aware and you're being like, "Oh, look at me being mad at cat litter. What am I actually struggling with right now?" It's catching the ego before it goes psychotic and then bringing it back in and being like, "This is what we're doing. Okay, cool." And communicating it. Next step. Next step, next step, next step. Do you need a timeout? Do you need to get your breath? Go ahead, do that. When are we getting back up? So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be rewarding. It's going to be fulfilling. It's going to be transformative if you're doing it. If you're not doing it, you're going to be a sour cow all month long. So good luck to your partner if that's what you want to do, because poor them. Well, two-way street. You're both going to be miserable because misery loves company. So let's not do that. Okay. Um, oh, what else? Let's go into the energy read. I think I've said everything that I want to say. I don't know. Oh, also, one more thing. The law of rhythm, the principle of rhythm. So that is like there's a little down before there's an up, and then there's an up, and then there's a down. And it's like it's just this rhythm, this coiled spring energy of evolutionary and expansion and self-awareness and controlling your mind and all of those things, right? So it's going to be speeding up quite a bit. And I want you to really pay attention to when you are in your high. I want you to be like, this is my new normal. I had this conversation with a powerhouse today. Oh God, I love this woman. Um, her name is Helen, and you need to find her on Facebook. I need to find her link. She's awesome. Um, and we're having this conversation about the principle of rhythm. And when you were in your high, you're going to start telling yourself, this is my new normal. And you're going to own it. This is owning it. This is being confident. This is all of those things. Own it. And then when you hit your down, be like, temporary rest and restoration. Amazing. And that's it. Don't go into your toxic stories of being down or anything like that. Okay. I just wanted to add that in because we're all feeling the speed up of that. I'm going to quickly look at comments and then we're going into an energy. Oh, hey, Rye. Did I even breathe during that? Like, I don't even felt I live with 4 little kids. Ew. Ariel, I love ya. Good luck on that. I say, ooh, that was actually my authentic truth. It makes me sound like a bad person. I'm not. But like children, like I'm kind of joking, kind of not joking. I think kids are fucking awesome, especially like 8-year-olds. 8-year-olds are like, oh my God, they're funny and they're neat and they're smart. But when they're little and they don't use words yet, and I'm like, you came Earth side, eh? Good luck, peace out. And it just, I don't want your sticky fingers or your runny nose or your diaper ass anywhere near me. Like, ew, go that way. I'm not interested. Especially like little, but like I break, like they're too fragile. Like I don't, nope. But a kitten, you put a kitten in front of me, like watch me squeal and turn into a 4-year-old. So there's that. Okay. Catching myself straight out and addressing my trigger at the moment. Amazing. I'm so proud of you. That's awesome. Following the dangle carrot. Okay, cool. There we go. Let's go into, I just got really dizzy. As I'm about to say, let's go into the energy read, I start to get spinning dizzy. So thank you, whoever the fuck is dealing with vertigo right now. It just absorbed you. Okay. What do we want the intention to be with this? Normally it's just like, here's direction, but I feel like I just gave you so much direction. So let me connect in. Oh, you want to play a game? Yes, you do. How about spicy direction? How about thanks, Lori. Appreciate. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull 3 separate piles. So you're going to tell me right now, 1, 2, 3, follow your intuition. Take what resonates, throw away the rest because not everything that comes out of my mouth is actually meant for you. You know what's meant for you. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. I want to know what you're doing. I'm going to connect in. I'm going to are we channeling? What are we doing? I just feel like let's just evolve some lessons really quick. Oh, which reminds me, you have like that's legit. I just got so excited that I squeezed my own ass really hard. I was like, ugh, like I just puckered it all up. So freaking excited. So it's busy for me. We're getting to this. Okay. So I got a lot going on. I still have to plan my fucking wedding and it's like everything's booked and I haven't planned it yet. So I still have to plan my fucking wedding and my honeymoon. Okay. And then December, we always shut down for December. So we're always closed December. We don't do anything. So I require, like, I got to take some time off sometime soon. Right. So I'm not doing that yet because the energy is too intense. I'm going to be taking time off of September, then October for the wedding, like actually finish planning the wedding in September and October because I love doing things last minute because I do really well under pressure and it's going to be amazeballs. And then I'm honeymooning for November and then we're shut down for December. So that's really fun. But what I'm trying to share is like, so 2 things and why I squished my own ass so hard and like puckered up and got really excited. So one of the downloads I got is this 21-day program. It's not done yet, but it's coming before I leave. I won't be teaching it live. It's going to be a recorded program, but it's so fucking spicy. Holy shit. I didn't know I was that spicy. And mildly funny because sometimes I'm funny. So that is coming probably June or July. It'll be available for a record it. But I'm so stoked. And this is like the energy that's available right now. When you have that integration that we've been talking about, you're going to get that integration. And the next thing that is for your highest path comes through you. So like I go into this fucking meditation and the Ascension Mastery course that I've been working on. I've been working on that course forever. For fucking ever. And it was just like one thing was missing and I didn't know what it was, but I just felt it. And I was like, I can't do it yet. So then all of a sudden that comes flying through in the meditation. So, so good. So yeah, launched it. And this 21-day sassy ass, tell it like it is. It's so cool. It is so cool. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. So cool. But that's not coming up for a bit. And I don't even know when it's coming up. I just had to tell you because it's really awesome. Okay, let's do it. So what we're going to do today, it's my birthday today. And my oldest turns 8 on Saturday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, babes. I wish I could see your actual, like, profile pic clear. I can just see I think it looks like red hair. Which is why I called you Ariel, not Ariel, the other day on live because I was like the Little Mermaid, red hair. I'm sure you get that all the time too. Okay, here we go. Why I started telling you about that, because that's what we're going to do today through 1, 2, and 3. We're going to level up. I'm going to see what the card is offering, and then I'm going to give you the spicy version of it. Get your tissues in case you want to boohoo, because I'm not going to be nice. It's not that I'm not nice. I'm just spicy nice. Like, I just get your fucking shit together. Like, step up already. Like, the whole world is aching for the path that they're supposed to walk, right? Like, you know, the ache, you know, the confusion of like, oh my gosh, what is this thing? What am I doing? And then you arrive and you're like, oh, that was okay, cool. And then you're like, hey, yo, if you try this, you can do this. Like, the whole world is waiting for that. And I'm getting very impatient within this like inner being of myself. Plus, my ego is kind of an asshole sometimes. So there's that where I'm just like, get your shit together. Like, let's fucking go. So that's, let's do that. Okay. Number one. Okay. This is so interesting. Um, Number ones, the first thing that I'm seeing is like, it's right there, but I don't have it. I know it's coming through, but I don't have it. Is anybody feeling this? That it's like just out of reach, or it's like, I feel something coming, this anticipation. I'm going to wait to see if there's yeses in the comments. It's like, I know it's there. I believe it's there. I trust it's there. It just hasn't arrived yet. This is what I'm getting for number ones, the sensation. Okay. So here's the answer. The answer is I got to stop saying sorry because I told you I was going to be spicy. So the reason that it has not arrived is because you won't look at your own fucking reflection. And this is how it's showing it to me. I got to show you. This is so humorous how this works to me. Okay. Look at this card. Okay. One, hi, daddy. He's delicious. So here he is, clear as day. Where is he looking? So it's so funny how this like speaks to me. Okay. Look at the reflection in the water. Okay, now back to my mic so you can actually hear me. I had to show you because I think this is just so funny how this works. So here's the lesson for you at hand today. Stop being avoidant and stop being like, okay, no, I'm trusting the process and I'm doing all the things. Are you actually doing the fucking things? Or are you wasting time being like, okay, I'm in my journal and I'm discovering and I'm really trying? Or are you like, I'm trying so hard. I'm like, why won't my gifts come in? My meditations aren't working. Like, if you're trying, you are literally pushing it away. Understand that everything is vibration. You are a fucking vibration that attracts the exact same thing back to you. So if you're saying, I'm disconnected. Oh, my meditations aren't working. Congratulations, you're creating it. If you are, I can't figure out how to move forward. I don't know, look down at the ground and what's the very next step? If you are desiring this big, glorious purpose and you're like, here I am and I want all of this, then why are you looking all the way over there and not what's right in front of you and where you need to go? We have this incredible, uncontrollable desire and urge within our stupid systems to be like, that's what I want. And we are very fucking impatient about it. I understand. I know. I should have a tattoo that says Queen of Impatience. I know. So the big thing is everything is a reflection of you. Stop looking outside of yourself for the answers. Look inside yourself. Stop pretending to be awake. Stop pretending that you are fully healed. You are never fucking fully healed. There is no such thing. Check your damn self and go look in the mirror right now and ask yourself for clarity. Ask yourself, what am I actually creating right now? What are you creating right now? That's the whole thing. You are the creator of your experience. There is no external power. Nothing is going to save you. Your fucking guides are not giving you direction. There is no such thing. You are creating it within yourself. You are creating, my guides told me. No, that is not what happens. You can have a conversation with your guides, but your guides aren't walking your fucking path. They're somewhere off in the ethers walking their fucking path. So they don't know what your next step is. And there is no is next step. There is simply, what do you desire to create? You are creating your entire reality and there is no destiny. Oh no, there's no destiny. There is no outcome, there is no finish line. It is what you are creating, and you are creating your life. So the shit you have going on, the things you're complaining about, the disconnect that you're having, if you're fat, stop eating and start exercising. If you are tired, go to bed earlier and start a routine that's going to create dopamine. If you have a problem, you are the solution. There is no other solution besides you. So you need to figure out, why are you continuing the same pattern so that you can complain about the same fucking thing over and over and over again, and stop doing it. Stop doing it. Also, nobody cares. So stop complaining to your friends about the same thing. I used to do it all the time. Like I really was stupid back in the day. So what's wrong in your life? What are you going to do about it? Go do something about it. That's it. You have the option. And if you're like, oh, the biggest problem is I don't have money and I can't afford to do those things. I know, I was there too. I absolutely was there. It's not about the money, honey. It never is about the money. Money is the aftermath of your passion and your joy. So if you seek joy and you seek passion, you will receive more reasons to receive joy and passion. And money is a really awesome thing. It's awesome sauce. You can do so many things with it. It's so much fun. It's like a point structure, and it's awesome. It's so much fun. Do you have a healthy relationship with money? So build that. That's number one. Tell us how you really feel, right? Oh, I told you it was going to be spicy. Okay. 3. Here we go. Number 2. It's true though. It's up to you. If you don't do something, nothing changes. You know the whole saying, if nothing changes, nothing changes. So, and then you hear, be the change that you want to see in the world. This is part of that 21-day thing. Legit though, you have to be the one to change. So if you want to sit there and complain about things and have no change in your life, I'm going to use fitness as an example because I have been on and off with fitness my whole life. We break up a lot and then we get back together and we make mad, passionate love and then we break up together. Like, it's awesome. I know. I'm in a good rhythm now, though. Have been for a long time. But in the past, I remember Care Bear Spice. I love that. In the past, there was a point in my life where I created unknowingly obesity and cancer and aggressive fibromyalgia running through my system to the point where I was in a wheelchair or walking with a cane. And then I got that stuff figured out, but then I was super curvilicious after that. And then I fell in love with the curves, and that was great. But I used to sit there. It was a running joke. Do you remember the show The Biggest Loser, right? So I'd sit there watching The Biggest Loser, eating fucking popcorn, like that little piggy I was, just like, "Meow." And I don't judge overweight. I'm still overweight. Like, this is not what this conversation is about. But I was unwilling to create change. But I was willing to go to the mirror and disrespect the fuck out of how I looked. I was willing to only wear black because I was too afraid of wearing color. I was willing to try and hide all my fat and be too insecure to do anything that I actually wanted to do. I was willing to do that, but I wasn't willing to create change. So the same thing with your awakening, same thing with love, same thing with dysfunctional relationships. Talk to your fucking partner and tell them how you feel. Have an actual productive solution-based focused conversation. If you're going to have the same problem over and over again, stop talking and just accept it and be like, "Oh, I accept the fact that I'm on the couch eating popcorn while watching The Biggest Loser and I'm fucking 220 pounds. Cool. On my short ass frame. Awesome. I accept it." And then everything changes from there. So either accept where you're at or actually be willing to make the change. Okay. Number 2. Here we go. This is such a conflicting message. Give me a minute to put it together because I'm like, what the fuck? I don't understand. Oh, interesting. You are complicated creatures, number 2. It's like this internal battle that's going on somehow. This, like, I've got it together, then I don't have it together. And there's this like desire to be small. What's going on with that? We're not being small anymore. Get that fucking figured out. Oh, I'm saying F so much right now. I just heard that one with like intention. And I was like, ah, that's what I sound like at home. Not supposed to professionally, but whatever. So I'm just digesting this message for you because it is very blended. And in one part, there's this like hurry up and stop energy. And then in this other part, there's this like, I wanna like take the machete and clear the path kind of thing, but also just look at my sword. Oh, there it is. There's a message. So it's like, I just want you to self check a little bit. I'm going to try not to be too damn mean on this one, but, and I mean out of love because like someone's got to kick you in the ass. So, like, jeepers, right? So, what I'm hearing is, oh, I don't know how to do this without being so rude. Do you have, we'll start with this piece. Do you have unknowingly an ache to feel important in the world? Every human, we have this ache, okay? You've heard me talk about this multiple times. But I feel like there's a little sly, sneaky piece to this one. So, when we want to be important in the world, what it looks like is big, lofty dream, no action, or a this is where I'm at. Look at me, showboaty. Go to TikTok. The whole thing, the whole fucking thing. That's why I hate TikTok so much. I got to stop saying that because I'm creating reasons to hate it. I know, I hear it. I got to change it. I'm going to change it. I'm willing to change it. I am changing it. Okay. So TikTok is full of people who desire to be important. And it's like, here's where I'm at and here's what I've conquered. And I'm such a master at this. And it's a bit showboaty. Um, but I don't feel that from you guys here that have picked number two. What I'm feeling is it's very dual-sided. It's either, "Can someone please see me? I wanna be seen. I really, 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 really wanna be seen." And so it turns into possibly being the overgiver, the oversharer, the overdoer, the overnurturer, the overlover. Most moms in the world do that. It looks like being like, "Oh, here's the yeah, no, okay, yeah," like this timid kind of energy, but then the other side that I'm seeing the struggle with is, "Look at me and how great I am. I have this sword and it's so awesome, and I can blaze a trail with this sword and it's so wonderful, and isn't that great?" But not actually doing anything with it, and then I feel like a lot of you have blown open the gate and like, "Yes, I'm going for it," but then we're like, "Oh, but let me just close this gate so that way I can't." There's the message. That took me fucking forever. Holy hell. Okay, the actual message here, besides all of that is, or with all of that is, you're sabotaging yourself. Why? And you don't have to change it. So sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves because we feel the ache of purpose. We know we're here to do something. We want to do it and we go guns blazing and then we go, oh, no, I can't do it. And we close the gate. We're like quietly like, hope nobody notices. I'll just close the gate. I need to do some more work on myself. I'm not ready yet. When I will know when the time is right. When the timing is right, I will step in. And it's like, no, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as when the timing is right. That's not get that out of your friggin' vocabulary and out of your head. There is no such thing as when the timing is right. There's no such thing as divine timing. There is such thing as divine alignment, divinely aligning with the thing you desire to experience or bring to the world. So I'm going to say nothing needs to be forced or rushed. Number two is take the fucking pressure off your shoulders. You know you're here for something. You know you're ready for something. You know you want to have that conversation with your spouse or your boss or whatever. You know you're meant for purpose. You know it. You feel it. And you're like, oh my God, how do I do it? And you're putting unnecessary pressure on yourself. Don't be a dumbass. Don't do that. That's part of the message. The second part of the message is you do feel it and you're like ready to go and you take that and you're like, I'm coming out of the gate. Here I go. Oh, I just hit my own desk. I'm coming to the gate. Here I go. And then you're like, and I'm backing back in and I'm closing the gate because, and you come up with some lame ass excuse, but the truth is you're too afraid. Why are you afraid? What are you afraid of? What are you actually afraid of? Why do you keep closing the gate? Or why are you putting this pressure? Are you afraid that you're not going to step in? So put the pressure on yourself because that's what mom and dad taught you to do. So let me just step in and be like, oh my God, there's all this responsibility and I might miss the boat. And I might just be like, oh my God, I can't, I don't know what to do. Or is it the fact that you're like, I really want to do it, but I'm a piece of shit or I'm too small or I'm not worthy or I don't know how to or I don't have enough credentials? What fucking story is going on? Can you stop the nonsense? It's nonsense. It's nonsense. Stop it. You're being stupid. Don't do that anymore. Instead, take the pressure off and ask yourself for real. Go to the mirror. When we are done here, you're going to go to the mirror and you're going to look at it and you're going to say, do I actually desire this? And why? And if the answer is yes, awesome. What step would I like to take? What am I willing to take? And if the answer is like, I don't think I do, Then the next question you're going to ask yourself is, why did you put pressure on yourself? Do you feel you have some expectation to fulfill and that you're a big disappointment if you don't do it? What's going on? You need to figure that out. Figure it out. Figure it out. Figure it out. Fucking figure it out. Number two is go to the mirror. Get straight. Stop putting pressure on yourself. Going to journal right now. I love you. The fear of being seen. Everybody has a fear of being seen. And you know, the only way you're going to be seen is if you actually try. Weird. What? Like, honestly, we all have a fear of being seen, and we all have a fear of being seen for the wrong reasons. We all have a fear of judgment. We all have a fear of not being enough. We all think that we have self worth issues, but we don't. We have courage issues. You're human. Hi, welcome to the bunch. Welcome to the collective of our species that you are born to experience. It's a choice. It's a choice. You can be brave and you can try. And you can hold your breath the whole time if you want to, like I did. I did. I was terrified, terrified to be seen. And now look at me shoot my mouth off in a fucking Care Bear sweater. Like, I always, always will say, I was so introverted and scared of the world. I was terrified and I was the freak show. I was the weirdo. I was abused. I had all the things. I grew my bangs so long that no one can see me. Like, I was hiding from the world. I was a wallflower with no voice whatsoever. If someone asked me how I was, I pretend that I didn't know English and I'd be like, and if I can sit here in a Care Bear sweater talking to a few thousand people that'll eventually see this video, then come on, you can do this. Okay, here we go. Number threes. I love you too. Doodle May. I always want to call you Doodle May. Anyways, okay, let's go into number threes. It's going to take me a second because, again, it's super like total opposite messages between these two cards here. Oh my God. And as I'm doing it, my crown chakra is on fire. Holy crap. A lot of star seeds pick number three. This is amazing. You guys are powerhouses. There's a lot of fire within you as well. But you are really being asked. Oh my God, my crown chakra is like, holy crap. Like, I can feel you. Like, you guys are intense. I think that you might be a little extra too. Welcome to the club. I think it's a starseed thing. We love to be extra. So there, I feel like number three is you are going through a journey right now of things being erased or burned off or gently wiped away from your foundation. And there's a little bit of fear of like, what if the rug gets pulled out from under me? I can feel that for sure. But it's like the way I'm seeing this energy is like things are being washed out from under you slowly, like a rock eroding. Is that the word that you would use when water keeps hitting it and it erodes? I think so. Anyway, so I feel like that's what's happening with you. And in one part, you're like up in the clouds. And in the other part, you're like, oh, but what if the rug gets pulled out from under me? So in that, it'll look like a couple things of like, does this person really love me? Does this person really value me? What if they think I'm crazy? Self punishment. It could look like self punishment, like either binge eating or excessive sleeping or excessive worrying or clenching your jaw or actual self-harm. Please don't self-harm. If you are, reach out to a very good friend that you trust because I know that pain as well. Um, it just looks like fear consuming you to the point where you're leaning into habits that might not necessarily be for your best and highest interest. So excessive pot smoking, I am not a fan. I am not. Like, I don't judge anything and I'm not judging anything, but I do see a trend of people doing mushrooms or ayahuasca or smoking pot in order to, have that great meditation. And then they're like, oh, I had this great experience. And then they do it again and again, but they don't sustain it. And they think that's the way. And then I'm like, actually, you're just doing drugs. You're not having a spiritual experience. So cool. Good job. Um, because they can't sustain it. And if you can't sustain it, then why are you doing it? And your whole goal here, this is side tangent, but I think someone here needs to know. There's time and place for everything. Like knock your socks off, it's fine. But if you're using it for your evolution or your ascension process, it's not going to serve you and you're not going to sustain that information. That information is already in you. And this is a big part of the message for number threes is it's not outside. It's not up there. It's not like my divine purpose. Where is it? It's not that at all. And even with time, time is not there. Nothing exists. Nothing exists. Nothing is real. There's simply the perception of right here and right now. That is all there is. So if you're getting caught up in the way I did over the cat litter and the whole conversation that I was planning for the future at the right mind with the right amount of fucking coffee, that moment doesn't exist unless I create it, unless I put it into motion. The fears you have, the anxiety you have, the things you have going on, the fear of the rug being pulled out from underneath you does not exist unless you put it into motion with your perception, with your vibration, and you choose to play that story over and over and over and over and over again. And then you will receive it and you'll be like, I knew it. See, I had to be forewarned, to be forearmed. Like, no, not at all. Don't do that to yourself. You're torturing yourself. Get out of this and into this body. Do that. Second piece, make sure that you're balancing out when we have our first psychic phenomenon or an amazing meditation or these awesome downloads or inspired action or like holy what moment. It becomes really fucking exciting because everything else about being a human is stupid. Like yay, I get to chew bubblegum and drink wine, that's awesome sauce. Like why am I in this stupid meat suit? So when we have these out of body experience, in body out of body experiences, we have these psychic phenomenons that feel so amazing. They flood our body with energy. We're like, I want more. How do I get more? So then we ache for more. So then we just keep pushing for more. And we want more downloads and we want more information. And we just become addicted to the process. And we're like, oh my God, this feels so good. I just want that. But that is not why you are in a human meat suit. The cool part is all of that information is already in you. You are universal wisdom self. If you don't understand that, just go take Fully Awaken Ascend and get it over with. The price is going up very soon, by the way. So get it if you don't have it. It's fucking awesome. It'll change your life. Back to this. Everything is inside you, expanding out into your vibration. It is moving through your ego self. Universal wisdom is not your guides being like, here's a long megaphone. Let me put this into your crown chakra and tell you everything that you need to know. And then your ego goes, oh my God, that's amazing. And then you become it. It doesn't work like that. It is in you moving through your human, through your ego self, so that your human can go neat and work with it. It's in you. It's not exterior. So stop looking for things outside of yourself. Stop looking for universal wisdom outside of yourself. Stop looking for love outside of yourself. Everything is already in you. And when you let it move through you, with you, for you, you experience it reciprocated back to you. So you get more of it. Yay. So you need to do that instead of the exterior thing. The anxiety, get out of this. You are putting into motion whatever it is. If you have anxiety or depression, holy mother F bomb. Ooh, the podcast Bex and I recorded today. It's not up yet, so stay tuned. It's the Recovering Toxic one with Bex, and it's got a trigger warning on it. Did you see my little devil horns come out with that one? It's all about conquering anxiety and depression. Anyways, I'm just so passionate about this one. It's like my favorite podcast I think that I've ever recorded. It was awesome sauce. So you've got to learn how to handle that. If you have anxiety and depression, make sure you get that. It is full of amazing, juicy, super asshole spicy though, information on how to conquer that. So there's that piece. So we're curbing anxiety, we're curbing fear, we're asking ourselves instead, what am I putting into motion? What do you desire to experience? We are balancing out the energy that's moving through us. We're not in the lofty addicted to spirituality phase because spirituality isn't even a thing. Please take that word out of your vocabulary because it's nonsense. It's not that. It is simply expansion It's ascension. It's universal wisdom. Like that's all it's fucking anyways. And secondly, last message for number threes. I was about to say it was the last time you touched your dinky, but I don't think I'm allowed to say that here. And what I mean by that statement is when was the last time you really had some pleasure and passion in your life? It doesn't have to come from touching the thingy, but it can come from any other form. You need passion, darling. You need passion. So, how are you seeking passion? You need to, needs not the right word. You don't have to do dick all, but it's the reason you're in a human meat suit is because you desire to experience the human meat suit. Uh, so are you finding ways to play as a human? Are you finding ways to be human? Are you finding ways to find humor in this stupidness of being human? Are you finding reasons to feel passion, pleasure, euphoria as a human? Are you listening to music? Are you eating chocolate? Are you drinking wine? Are you? Is that how it goes? Wouldn't that be funny if that's how we did it though? Like penguins or something. Are you doing human things or are you just trying so damn hard to be spiritually awake? Like, just relax, enjoy. That's your message. Can you hear the music that just turned on? The dude cutting the grass has, like, the riding lawnmower. I've never seen anything like this. It's a riding lawnmower with 4 wheels that pivot individually, and he's got a yield sign on it. You own a fucking acre, and there's a yield sign on the back of your fucking riding lawnmower, like, "Oh, in motion," because you take it on the road. Like, what the hell, dude? I mean, I would like one of those with the hat with the beer and the straws, but it would be like whiskey instead of beer, and then I would drive around, but I wouldn't have a yield sign. It'd be like a massive unicorn, and oh my god, I'd put a unicorn tail on it. It's so ADHD right now. I'm so sorry, but now I have goals. I am putting that into motion. I'm gonna buy my ass one of those things. Mhm. Mhm. I don't need to go on a honeymoon. I can spend all my honeymoon wedding on this. I'm gonna put a fucking unicorn tail on it, and every time he cuts the grass, I'm gonna run out there and I'm gonna cut the grass, and I'll just be like, "Whee!" It'll be so much fun, and I'll play Cyndi Lauper the whole time, like, "Girls just wanna have fun." So anyways, this bro out here with his fucking riding lawnmower, which is right outside my office window, super awesome sauce. He's blaring, like, country music on it. It has a stereo system, like, I clearly need to get one. I need to start a GoFundMe. Should we? Could you imagine the videos I would do on that? I would even wear the unicorn outfit. Oh, we should start a GoFundMe for my riding lawnmower just so I could do it and create videos. And the look on his face, like I'll have to put up like private security cameras because he doesn't very much like women. He's a very nice man. His name is Brian. I probably shouldn't say that, but anyways, he's very kind. He just can't make eye contact with me whatsoever. And every time that we're outside, he's always like, "Oh, hey Corey, yeah, how's it going?" And I'm like, "Hey, Brian," and he's like, "So Corey, how are things?" And oh, I'm making fun of someone. That's not nice. Don't do that. So country music, that's fun. I also started GoFundMe. It's because it's so loud. It's country music. Why though? Okay, I'm over. It's over. Peace out. I love you all. Thanks for hanging out with me. Seriously though, and like I just had major deja vu. I legit need to start a GoFundMe though. This could be an incredible experience for all involved. Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Okay, May. Get prepared, okay? Get yourself set up into a proper schedule. Get yourself feeling good about yourself. Do you know the tools? Go love your damn self so much that everything around you changes into love because it has no choice. So fill your bucket, love your damn self, contribute to my GoFundMe that I'm about to start. I'm not even kidding. Like I'm fucking doing it. And stay tuned for funny videos. And just be human. Just be human. I just clearly demonstrated it. It's okay. You are human. Go be human and enjoy. Go seek joy. So until I see you next week or on the Ascension series or wherever the hell we find each other, I love you. So thank you. I love you. Go have a kick ass day and I'll catch you on the flip side. All right. Bye, guys.